I'm going to talk to you about the 5 elements of a persuasive talk. This is all part of my bigger public speaking masterclass that's underway and the things that you'll learn in it. So first I'm going to tell you a story, and then I'm going to break it down and show you what the 5 elements of a persuasive talk is. I'm a big fan of making my bed first thing in the morning. It's a tip that I learned from retired Navy Admiral William H. McRaven. He wrote a book on the topic. He also gave a commencement speech on the topic at the University of Texas, which ended up getting 10 million views. The video did. But he talks about the fact that making his bed first thing in the morning, knowing that it was going to get inspected, seemed like an obviously banal thing to do. However, these were his 2 takeaways. Number 1 is that when you do that first task in the morning and you do it with great pride, it forces you to do the next task and the next task and the next task because you already have that sense of accomplishment right out of the gate. The second thing is that he had to make his bed to perfection and really pay attention to the details. And the takeaway is this: if you don't do the little things right, how in the world are you going to do the big things right? How you do anything is how you do everything. So for me, as I think about it every morning as I'm making my bed and I'm trying to make sure that the sheet's very flat and that the hospital corners are made and wedged in under the mattress and I don't leave any lumps over there and I just don't pull the quilt over so the veneer of it looks like it's very well done, but actually the inside is kind of sloppy, translates into how I'm doing everything. Am I paying attention to the details? Am I doing inside work every day on myself versus just showing up looking perfectly done up with makeup and hair? So I believe that making my bed has had a knock-on effect on my productivity. So let's break this talk down. Number 1, a great talk has a source, a credible source. I told you that I make my bed because of a tip that I got from a retired Navy Admiral who wrote a book on the topic, and he did a commencement speech on the topic, which ended up getting 10 million views. The second element is the medium. I chose to tell you the story rather than write the story. Now, if you read the story in written word, you'd have the luxury of going back and rereading it. But because I told it to you, you really only have the luxury of hearing the message once, so I have to make sure my message is super simple. Now, number 3 is the medium, right? Remember to stick to one message and one message only. Because I've chosen the spoken word as my choice of medium, I need to make sure that I tell one message and make sure that that's what I do in a very brief manner. Number 4 is I have to consider who my audience is. You know, people generally nowadays have ADD. I might make a really great point, but it doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to remember it. So no matter how strong or how specific the message is, you have to make sure you repeat your key points. And then the final thing is, did I share the effect of the point that I was making? I did. I said the fact that I make my bed is that first task of the day, and it has a knock-on effect on my work productivity because it makes me do the next task and the next task and the task after that. So the 5 elements of a persuasive talk are: number 1, source; number 2, message; number 3, medium, in other words, written word versus spoken word; number 4, did I consider who my audience is; and number 5, what was the effect of the point that I was making. Hey, I hope you're having a great Friday. I am in the middle of hosting a public speaking masterclass right now. It is a cohort of 7 power women. It is already underway. It's already sold out. But the next cohort is kicking up on October 22nd. It's going to be another cohort of 7 women. And if you sign up, I promise that you'll learn how to speak with confidence and command a room. Hey, just email me at info@ladydrinks.com and I'll be able to answer any questions that you have. Have a great Friday.